Okay, so for the past 2 months or so, I've been working on a big review of Disgaea 2, something that I've always wanted to do because Disgaea and Disgaea 2 specifically is one of my favorite strategy RPGs ever made. But I'm putting that video on hold for just 1 second because I want to talk about what I've just seen on the Google Play Store. So, I like to look up different games, whatever, and see what's going on. Now, I've looked for Disgaea before and it's never come up on the Google Play Store. But I've looked on it today and, wow, Disgaea 1 Complete is now available on iOS and Android for download right now. And I thought, okay, that's interesting. And then I went to look at the price and $31.99. $31.99. For a port of a game, for a port of a very old game, in fact. Now, this is the complete version, which means it's the remaster that came out on PC and, PS4, Xbox, which, okay, sure, but it's still just a remake of an extremely old game. And if you've actually played this game, because I actually own this game on PS4 already, it's a very lazy remake of a classic JRPG, which just reuses assets from previous Disgaea games, mostly Disgaea 4, maybe Disgaea 5, but it's not worth $31.99. I mean, the game now is probably only £10, second hand, and they want you to pay $31.99 for a mobile port, which, by the way, adds absolutely nothing. From what I've seen of it, there is literally no difference between getting Disgaea 1 Complete on your mobile than getting it on the PS4, other than the portability aspect, which is probably the only reason I would even touch this mobile game, and I'm sure the only reason any of you would want to touch the port, because I think Disgaea is best enjoyed portably. It's a portable game, or at least it should be a portable game. Like, no matter what, Disgaea 2 on PSP for me will always be the best Disgaea game, and it will always be the best especially because of the portability aspect of it. So seeing Disgaea 1 Complete on a phone is really alluring. It's tantalizing. You want to get involved in that, but not for $31.99. Not even the most best premium games on the iOS or the App Store are £31. That's like a budget retail game. But at this point, most retail games are £40 now. So £31 for a mobile port. And I don't even know if they're going to add all the DLC and stuff to that, and whether you're going to have to pay extra for that. To that point, if that does happen, this is going to be a £60 mobile game. Not worth it. I would not support this. This is extremely greedy. I don't even know if this is NIS specifically who did this, because the developer is listed in katakana, so I can't exactly read it. But looking at their other things, they have Yomawari Midnight Shadows here, which is another game by NIS, which I have on my PS4. Once again, I have the PS4 version, and it's listed on here as well as, again, as a premium game, but a bit more reasonably, it's $14.99, and that makes a lot more sense than £31 for an old PS4 game, which, by the way, didn't get the best reviews because, again, it was very, very lazy and just wasn't a good, reimagining of the series, because it literally is the same game as Disgaea 1, which, again, considering how old that game is, it's not exactly, how would I say, it doesn't exactly have the modern features of new Disgaea games, especially Disgaea 5, which, really amped up what the mechanics could do and is possibly one of the best games in the series. And Disgaea 1 just doesn't have that. It's very slow and just doesn't have any of the life improvements that made the new game so much better. And it's why I can't even go back to Disgaea 1. I don't really like Disgaea 1, I have to be honest with you. As I said, Disgaea 2 is my favorite game in the series, and I'll get onto that in my video. But I cannot get back into Disgaea 1, and having this portability makes it seem a bit more tantalizing, but when they're not really going to add anything to make it worthwhile, I cannot see a reason to get this port. But anyway, that's basically all I wanted to say. I was just really interested to find out that this was on the App Store, and I don't know what they're doing with a £31 price tag, but I'm sure some of you will probably buy it, some of you will say it's amazing, whatever, but as a Disgaea fan, I think this is this is disgusting. I honestly think this is disgusting, especially for full retail price of a mobile game. Honestly disgusting. And I will say, I get Disgaea is a niche franchise. It is, but it's been getting more and more popular over the years, and I don't think putting a £30 price tag on a mobile game is the way to go. Maybe some sort of, I mean, people would probably be annoyed if it did have, you know, some pay to win aspect, or if it did have, you know, microtransactions inside, but that would have been better than a £40 game on the App Store. But anyway, that's all I had to say, and I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and as always,